Welcome to our channel, Tales Punjab. We are here with an inspirational story which describes that only one person can make a difference in a society. Particularly in an era where one country is bombing on others, we need these type of persons who can educate people with their teachings and daily life examples. We are talking about Bakt Kabir. Bakt Kabir, c. 1398–1518, was a mystic poet and saint of India, whose religious poems are found in both Hindu and Sikh scriptures. His teachings were based on the concept of a single, supreme God who can be reached through devotion and meditation. He was equally appreciated by Muslims because believing in the oneness of God was the basic teachings of Islam. Because he proved with his logical spirituality that everything is referred to only one God. But he was critical of organized religion and advocated for religious tolerance and social equality. Kabir was born in Varanasi, India, to a Muslim weaver family. However, he was raised by a Hindu Brahmin family after his parents died in his early childhood, or they abandoned him as a baby, but the exact reason is not known in any authentic literature. He was educated in both Hindu and Islamic traditions, and his poetry reflects his deep knowledge of both religions. Kabir's teachings are difficult to categorize, as they draw on elements of both Hinduism and Islam. However, some of the key themes of his poetry include the oneness of God. Kabir believed that there is only one God who is beyond all names and forms. Devotion to God. Kabir taught that the best way to reach God is through devotion and meditation. Religious tolerance. Kabir was critical of organized religion and advocated for religious tolerance and social equality. Social justice. Kabir was an outspoken critic of the caste system and other forms of social injustice. Kabir's poetry is known for its simplicity, its direct message, and its use of humor and satire. His poems are still widely popular today and have been translated into many languages. Kabir Bani is a collection of poems and hymns attributed to the mystic poet Kabir. It is found in both the Adi Granth, the holy scripture of Sikhism, and the Beggar, a collection of Kabir's poems and hymns. Although Adi Granth also contains poems of Muslim Saint Baba Farid and Baba Guru Nanak Ji, was inspired from both Kabir and Farid, therefore, we can say that Bakt Kabir was the indirect founder of Sikhism. However, Hinduism was a major religion at that time and a strong opposer of Kabir, for a number of reasons. His rejection of the caste system. Kabir was a vocal critic of the caste system, which is a central tenet of Hinduism. He believed that all people are equal in the eyes of God, regardless of their caste. This teaching was very threatening to the Hindu establishment, which relied on the caste system to maintain its power and privilege. His criticism of Hindu rituals and doctrines. Kabir also criticized many Hindu rituals and doctrines, such as idol worship and the belief in multiple gods. He believed that these practices were unnecessary and even harmful. This criticism angered many Hindus, who felt that Kabir was attacking their religion. His popularity among Muslims. Kabir was also popular among Muslims due to his message of religious tolerance and his emphasis on the oneness of God. This popularity made Kabir a threat to Hindu orthodoxy, which was already facing challenges from the growing Muslim population in India. In addition to these specific reasons, Kabir was also opposed by Hinduism because he was a visionary mystic who challenged the status quo. Kabir also met the Hindu saint Ramananda when he was a young man. Ramananda was impressed by Kabir's spiritual wisdom and took him as his disciple. There are a number of incidents in Kabir's life that can be quoted, but a few are discussed here. One day, Kabir was walking through a village when he saw a group of Hindus and Muslims arguing about which religion was better. Kabir asked them to bring him a cup of milk from each religion. When the milk was brought to him, Kabir poured them both into the same cup. He then asked the Hindus and Muslims to drink from the cup. The Hindus and Muslims refused, saying that they would not drink milk that had been mixed with milk from another religion. Kabir then said to them, "If you cannot even drink milk from each other, then how can you expect to live together in peace and harmony?" This story illustrates Kabir's message of religious tolerance and unity. The incident of the weaver. Kabir was a weaver by trade. One day he was weaving a cloth when a customer came to him and asked him to weave a cloth that would not burn. Kabir told the customer that he could not weave such a cloth. The customer was angry and accused Kabir of being a fraud. Kabir then took the cloth that he was weaving and threw it into the fire. The cloth did not burn, and the customer was amazed. Kabir then said to the customer, "If I can weave a cloth that will not burn, then I can also teach you how to live a life that will not be consumed by the fires of hatred and bigotry." This story illustrates Kabir's teaching that it is possible to live a life that is free from suffering. The incident of the elephant. One day, Kabir was walking through a forest when he came across an elephant that was trapped in a mud pit. The elephant was struggling to free itself, but it was unable to do so. Kabir felt pity for the elephant and helped it to free itself. The elephant was grateful to Kabir for saving its life and bowed down to him. Kabir then said to the elephant, "You are a powerful and intelligent creature, but you were still trapped in a mud pit. This shows that even the most powerful and intelligent beings are not free from suffering. The only way to be truly free is to realize that you are not separate from God." This story illustrates Kabir's teaching that we are all interconnected and that we should treat all beings with compassion. The incident of the beggar. One day, Kabir was walking through a village when he came across a beggar. The beggar was sitting on the side of the road and begging for alms. Kabir gave the beggar some money and then asked him, "Why are you begging?" The beggar replied, "I am begging because I am poor and I have no other way to make a living." Kabir then said to the beggar, "True poverty is not the lack of money, but the lack of love. If you have love in your heart, then you are truly rich." This story illustrates that true wealth is not found in material possessions, but in the love that we share with others.
See you again in another video from the pages of history. We always need your support in the form of subscription and promotion. If you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell button for more videos.